Income tax filing basic requirements. My name is Sergio Melendez. I am a Juris Doctorate and enrolled agent, IRS tax expert. I will be discussing the basics on income tax filings with the IRS. So when it comes to the basic on income tax filings, everything is broken down to what is the tax year. For us, it begins at the very beginning of January and lasts all the way through the end of December. There are organizations out there like the federal government operates on what's known as a fiscal year, and so it's kind of rare when a regular person has anything different than a regular calendar year for the tax year. So throughout the year, there's many life events. So it's important that if there's a change in your life with a certain event, then you would want to make some changes regarding your tax withholding or the type of tax payments that you do have, or just plan for something else in the future. So when it comes to your family, work, love, tax payments, those are all things that you have to consider. Family, there's children being born. With work, you get promotions. If you get married, then that changes your entire filing status, and then the type of tax payments. Now, if you notice, I put a lot of positive things on here, but there could be negative impact. There could be a death in the family. With work, you may lose your job. You might get demoted. If you had a business, you might have to shut it down. When it comes to love and marriage, sometimes the love ends and you go through a divorce, custody, and all that happy good stuff that's not so pleasant, but it definitely affects your income taxes down the road. And then for tax payments, if you're self-employed and somehow have messy record keeping and don't pay anything throughout the IRS, then it could lead to problems down the road. And typically in December, it's for people that are in business, they typically like to plan out, finalize a profit and loss. But most of the time, people just go on holidays and mental vacations and not even be focused on what needs to happen. So when the tax year ends, I noticed that I boxed it up because you cannot change what happened in the past. So you kind of clump up everything that has to do with work and life events. And then beginning in January, you start getting all the different tax forms, W-2s, 1099s, any other type of tax documents like student loan interest, or if you're a homeowner, you got the 1098 statement, and so on and so forth. So typically, it's April 15th, it's a deadline. Unless, of course, there's a pandemic that occurred and Congress decided to push everything back to July 15th. But however, that normally doesn't happen. You have to file the extension yourself. The extension would be good enough till October 15th. It's only to file, not to pay. If you have a payment due and you didn't pay by April 15th, then you would get hit automatically with a failure to pay penalty. What happens if you miss the deadline? Just file the tax return as soon as possible. If you file the tax return and you do a refund, you're going to get the refund. You do have up to 3 years to claim any type of refund. If you have missing tax returns and you file 4 years afterwards, you're not going to get the refund after the 4th year. Or if you have a balance due, it won't be applied towards the balance due that you owe for past taxes. Now, if you kind of know you will owe and you just don't want to file just to hold off to see what else you could be doing, don't do that. There's a couple of advantages to filing. The moment you file too, if you file really early, you eliminate the failure to file penalty just by filing on time, even if you have a balance. The other part is the IRS only has a limit as far as when they have the chance to audit you or make any other type of changes on your account. So by you filing first, you get the tax return process, and that is to your advantage. Now the clock starts ticking for the IRS on their side. And of course, when it comes to owing a balance, there's many of tax relief options you have, like the offer and compromise, which completely eliminates and settles out your back taxes. Well, that's tax filing basics in a nutshell. If you have any questions, we're more than happy to review your case. And thank you for watching. Remember to click like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.